Hello and welcome to the debrief. It's Dave O'Neill here, backstage at the Coliseum in Rooty Hill. Brad Oakes is lying on the couch. We'll talk to him more in the next episode. But Billy Stiles is here. How are you, Billy?
Good. Awesome.
Now, how would you describe this gig, what we're doing?
Extravagant, like the place we're in.
It's the old Rooty Hill RSL that's been massively renovated into an entertainment complex. And it's called the Coliseum. How many seats are out there?
Is there 2,000?
There's 2,000.
I thought it was like show court one at the National Tennis Centre.
And how many people have we got coming, you reckon? It's for the comedy gala. Brad Oakes, Dave O'Neill, Billy Stiles, Lehmo, Mandy, Nolan. How many have we got there, Billy, you reckon?
We're in there?
Yeah.
Coming to watch it?
Yeah.
I don't know, a few hundred.
Yeah.
But, you know, they could rush late.
Yeah, it could be a late sign-up.
That.
But it is we're Melburnians, so we don't really know Rooty Hill. And it's a bizarre area.
It's out in the west.
It's out in the west. Oh, Mandy's got a pizza. I'm going to talk to you on my podcast, Mandy. No, I'll come into your dressing room. Oh, hello. Ooh, ah.
We've all got our own dressing rooms. That's a first for me.
You've got a star on the door that says Billy Stiles.
My face was on the ground when I walked in. I couldn't believe it.
It's unbelievable, this place.
What's the biggest theatre you've done?
Oh, I would have done benefits in like the Arts Centre, but I reckon it'd be 1,200 or something, wouldn't it? This is probably the biggest theatre I've ever done. It's not full, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
It'll be full when I tell the story in 10 years.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
So what are you expecting from you tonight, Bill? Have you been to Rooty Hill before?
Nah.
As you said, did we just check into a food court?
I've got history in the West out here, but no, I haven't been. I went to the shopping centre where was it? Liverpool once. As far out as I got.
Yeah. Well, I went to the local Westfield and saw a teenage mum getting arrested by an undercover security guy in a tracksuit.
Tonight?
Yeah, I went before.
Oh, that's good.
She's like, "You fucking big man? You think you're big man, do you?" "Oh, I'm just trying to stop theft here at Coles."
It's amazing having a theatre like this. Have we got something like this in Melbourne that far out?
No, I don't reckon. No.
Like a theatre?
Yeah.
Brad?
They have like Jimmy Barnes, he sells out here, or Shannon Knoll.
Yeah.
They have them big acts out here.
Dave O'Neill.
And then us.
Brad Oakes. Billy Stiles. I don't know what to expect. It's pretty big for me. It's a big deal. It's a high point of my career so far. Brad's
falling asleep
Brad's
on the
lying
couch.
On the couch. First time you've had your own dressing room, Brad?
No, he's had breast.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. How dare you ask that question, Brad Oakes? Well, we'll catch up later, Billy.
Yeah.
Good luck, mate.
Yeah, we'll talk after about
Good luck. We'll see how it goes.
Mm.
He couldn't find the toilet. The toilet's actually a cupboard. It's very odd.
I felt like there's some Maxwell Smart doors here. I tried to open like the wall before. Like it was just a bit of wood. And I thought, I'll try that.
Yeah. You were also texting people. You were stuck outside. You were stuck.
There's a full crew.
There must be 20 people working here.
Yeah, there's 20 staff and they were having a meeting and I walked past them to get to the door.
If they could join the 200 people out there, that'd be awesome in the crowd.
As I walked past them, the meeting was starting. So when I got to the door, I couldn't get out because the meeting was between me and here. So I had to sit there like, they're like, what's this guy doing with a cat? Sitting in the room.
Who's this criminal-looking type? No, he's one of the talent. That's Billy Stiles.
The talent in me Wilson tennis T-shirt.
Oh, you've dressed up.
As soon as I got here, I thought, you should have bought a shirt.
But you are in Rooty Hill, don't worry. It's okay.
Rooty Hill Theatre.
The Outer West. All right.
All right, see you later.
Bye.
Trying to take it through to the night.
Mandy Nolan's here.
Hello.
Oh, Trish is here.
Hello.
Have you met Mandy? No, I haven't. Oh, okay, I know.
Nice to meet you, Trish. So thanks for the lovely... I've just put eyeliner on and it's all wet. So I feel like my eyes are sticking together, but it's okay. If I look like I'm going like that, I'm not drug affected. Just don't worry about me, Trish. I'm right to go.
I'm just recording it for my podcast.
You're fine.
Yeah, exactly. I keep saying. Anyway, Mandy Nolan's here. I have spoken to you before on the debrief on the phone during lockdown because you're the queen of Byron Bay, but more Mullumbimby these days, isn't it? Or?
Yeah. Mullumbimby. Probably. Well, I live in Mullumbimby. I don't think they'd call me the queen of it. I think I'm more loved slightly outside of Mullumbimby.
Yeah. Is that because they're too familiar with you? Or?
I think so.
Well, and so you've been doing comedy for like quite some time, as long as me, probably 30 years, 25, 30?
40.
40?
Yeah, 40 years. Well, yeah, 40 years. I started when I was maybe 39, to be honest. I started when I was 17 and I'm 56.
Yeah. Right.
You never tell people the truth about that because it makes you sound really shit. Because you kind of, isn't it true? You've got to peel back the years. But I worked out that's how long I've been doing it.
That's amazing. I'm 33. I started in 99. But really, I was sort
I thought you meant you were 33 and I went,
shut up, Dave.
Shut up, Dave.
You look shit.
That paleo diet is working.
You've had a hard life. But also you're involved in politics too. You almost got in as a Greens candidate.
Yeah, I'm doing it again too.
Oh, yeah, you might get in this time.
I hope so. Although you've got to be really good at risk, Dave. And right now, as I speak.
What does that mean?
I was going to tell you. Yeah. Well, you've got to be able to identify risk. And it's weird because I don't care. It's really weird going from a world where all you do is take risks and hope they pay off to going, oh, shit, I better not do that. For instance, I've got an art auction on. It's a fundraiser. And someone's done this painting of me. He's a really beautiful, amazing painter. He does that super realistic nude. Mm-hmm. And it's as big as me, right?
Oh, wow.
And I've got a team of people hanging. It's all the other pictures from various artists, but there's this one. I've got a team hanging it at home in this gallery ready for the auction. And that piece, it's not the main piece, it's one of the pieces, but they've hung it in the window.
You nude.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know how I want to get elected? I think in the current conversation about age verification for kids and pornography, putting a giant photograph or a giant photographic style painting of life-size with me nude in the window of my country town of Mullumbimby isn't going to make me the most popular. They'll be going, the school kids walking past through. It's not pornographic.
But there's a lot of sort of Steiner types up there. They'd appreciate it.
You think so? I'm a Steiner mum now.
Oh, you're a Steiner mum?
Yeah, look at me.
Well, you've still got kids at school.
Yep. Got a 15-year-old.
Oh,
and I'm a late life Steiner mum.
Yeah, so hang on, there's two Steiner schools in that area. There's one in Byron, there's one in Mullumbimby. Which is the more hardcore one?
Byron.
So they started that because Mullumbimby wasn't hardcore enough. Was that right?
No. Mullum started because Byron wasn't. They had an argument. They had a Steiner argument, which is kind of like doing Eurythmy, Eurythmy ninjas.
So what, about blue pens or black pens?
Yeah, something like that. And then they started, it would be a good movie.
Yeah.
I think, about the two Steiner schools. Anyway, I don't really know what happened, except the Mullum one it's a bit wilder, I think. It's
You remember you telling me you had kids in the audience and they're during the circus show or something, they're just getting up and walking around because were they homeschooled or something? They've got
some kids.
You had neighbours that the kids were just sort of feral.
Yeah, there's a variety of children that we grow in the region, and they range from very free range.
Yeah, free range
to fucking uncontrollable, and everything in between.
Yeah.
No, I'm at the Steiner now, and actually, I have to admit, I hate to say it, I really like it.
Yeah, Steiner's got some really good things about it. As I always say, it's got some really annoying things.
They've also got lots of rules, though, Dave.
No blue pens, isn't it? No black
pens.
No black
in
pens.
primary school.
Yeah.
It's okay, because my daughter's in high school now, but they do have a lot of rules, and they don't like screens.
Oh, they don't like screens.
They're not a big fan of screens. And I have had a conversation where I went, I don't know if you know about the future, but it's quite digital.
You know, my brother works at a Steiner school in Melbourne as the tech.
Really?
Yeah. And
so he does nothing.
Yeah, he said it's great. He said it's great because he came from a very full-on private school where they had every prep got an iPad and everyone had a screen. But he said, Steiner, they get screens in year 12, I think he told me.
Yeah. And they go, it's really hard doing your nap plan these days when you haven't got a screen.
Pad and pen.
Yeah.
I love it.
I know. I don't even think they've got an internet signal at my kid's school.
Oh, it doesn't surprise me.
I mean, I have to admit, we live in the regions. There's no internet signals half the places. No, it's an interesting
thing. They're complaining about 5G saying it's going to rot your brain, but they probably all really wanted a bit of...
I've never understood that because the funny thing about 5G conspiracists is that I'm pretty sure most of the conspiracy is actually downloaded through the 5G network. And if you're going to sell that to conspiracists, you just say, look, we're going to bring in the 6 and 7G faster download times on the World Health Organization's plot to take over the world.
Yeah.
That's big. I got that in my letterbox the other day. A leaflet about the World Health Organization.
Oh, I know, the WHO. Yeah.
Yeah. But in an actual, in a full colour print leaflet. Have you ever had one of those?
There's someone in my area, I live in the inner north of Melbourne, that post boxes conspiracy stuff. I'm like, what? So is he delivering the local paper as well? I don't get what he's doing. Like,
I know.
I assume it's a man.
I know.
And he has these crazy theories on like sort of bookmark kind of formats. It's weird.
I think it's very bizarre.
But Mullumbimby, that's heartland for that kind of thing.
It is heartland.
It's heartland.
But wouldn't it be funny in this future if they were all right?
Yeah, I know.
And it turned out, he went, what the fuck?
We're
being controlled by the World Health Organization through vaccinations.
Pete Evans was right.
I know.
He's not an idiot.
Pete's a genius. It turns out it's a funny alternate reality.
But we're here in the Coliseum in Rooty Hill. You ever performed in Rooty Hill before?
No, never.
It's an unusual area. I've got to say, I've never been here before.
I don't know where I am. I passed out in my Uber and I've woken up here. I feel like I'm
It's like a kind of a Westfield shopping centre, but it's actually like an RSL.
Yeah, it's
the old Rooty Hill RSL that's been developed.
It's huge. And I think I walked in and I went, whoa.
Oh,
there is money in gambling.
Oh, yeah. Who knew?
Who would have thought?
Yeah, anyway, who knows? We're on a comedy gala.
It's pretty amazing. It's a massive, like we've got a dressing room each.
Oh, I've never had a dressing room this big.
I know.
This is bigger than my bed. This is bigger than my house.
I mean, this is true. Like there's people, this is bigger than most Airbnb apartments I ever rent it's massive.
It's huge. And how's the comedy going? You do a show with Alan Briggs, Women Like Us.
Yeah.
That you tour a bit. And
I do tour it.
That connects.
Yeah, it does.
I've
kind of reached this weird place now where I think because I'm running for politics and I'm hoping to get in, I just happened the other day. Have you had this experience? And I just went, I'm over it.
Ah, you can get a bit over it. Absolutely.
No, like I really had the over it thing. Like I'll do a good show tonight, but I was in Sydney doing a show. I was at the end of the bill. I was, I don't usually do those shows. I probably never should. And there were 20 people at the gig. And by the end, for my feature, there were 8 people left because the other actor.
You don't need that.
You don't. And I just said to them, don't stay on my behalf. Like, I'm quite happy here to do my feature set on my own. Like I'd rather do it to the guy at the bar. Like I don't want you to feel like we're
obliged.
I feel like it was a coercive relationship with the audience. And I went, is this it? 40 years of performing, and I'm left in a bar, and I walk home in the dark.
I think it's good to say no to some of those gigs.
I think you're right.
I think because I do something like that, I'm like, why am I here? And also, I get that feeling where I go to somewhere. I haven't been there before, but it's like I've been there and done it.
Yeah,
I've already done this gig. I've done this several times.
25 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm actually, to tell the truth, too old for that gig.
Well, I'm the same. One of my mates, Adam Rosenbach's, who's a comic from Melbourne, he said, you got to realise you're too old for some of the hipster gigs. Don't do them.
I think you're right. I think that's what part of it is, because if I do another one of those, I'll never perform again, because I just went, maybe my time is up. Like I went.
And how did it go?
Yeah, it went okay, because you do it too. We're good at what we do.
Yeah, you just barrel through it.
And you barrel through it like some undignified fucking hack. Just pulling it out, laughing at your own jokes.
So I do that.
Waiting for the endless
looking
game.
at your watch.
The longest fucking 20 minutes of my life.
Were you working this morning?
Yeah, I was doing today I was working in another Novotel in Manly.
Oh yeah, the Manly Novotel.
I was emceeing for a fundraiser for women and children first to domestic violence. It's a women's shelter, like in the Northern Beaches. That was really good, actually. That was when I get to walk the fine line between trivialising a subject and traumatising people. And I really
find that hard, but you're obviously better prepared for that kind of thing than me.
It's my landscape.
Yes,
it's my landscape.
But what time were you on stage?
I was on stage at about 11:30.
Oh, that's all right. I thought it was going to be like 9 or 8.
No, and I came off at about 3:30.
Oh, so you're emceeing the whole thing, and then you came here.
Yeah, I went all the way through. Yeah.
Oh, that's all right.
Raced. Tell you how much I raced today.
106,000. 106,000.
$106,000. I just have to say that's today on stage. And there'll be more coming in. Might get up to 120,000.
I mean, you've got to take your 40 grand out.
The big bucks. I do that. Do you know, I actually find that so rewarding.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when
that kind of work.
yeah, as opposed to 8 people held
in
hostage in a hipster club.
Oh, no, thank you.
Performing for nothing, I have to say. And I don't...
You volunteered your time for that gig.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I
you're
do
good.
half of my gigs now I do for nothing.
Oh, you're good.
Because I got to... Well...
Independently wealthy or just...
No, I'm not. I'm actually fucking broke.
Yeah.
But...
you can charge some money for those gigs.
You can, but then I go... Some of them I do occasionally, but
Well,
I'm doing half my gigs now.
Especially if you're travelling.
They travel me there.
Oh, that's all right. But you
Travel
still
me
want a bit
there.
of... I mean, I know what you mean because I often say, I'm doing one coming up, and I said to the guy, I'll do it for free, but I tell you what, if it's shit, I'm walking.
Yeah.
He goes, well, you do half an hour? I said, mate, I'll do 5 if it's no good.
Yeah, no, because you
And
kind
then-
of... You don't know.
And then you say, you don't know. You go, thanks for everyone for turning up. It's a great cause. I'll be up the back if you want to chat and have a photo.
I performed in a church the other night.
Oh, yeah.
In my backstage room, there was like priest outfits.
Wow, and what was that for?
That was one
I've
of the...
done a church before,
Have
actually.
you, I've never been in the I've been in the back of the room before, but not like that.
Oh.
Anyway,
It's a bit
it was
George Pell.
it was another fundraiser for a homelessness service that feeds lots of people, 1,000 meals a week.
Oh, you're good.
I'm doing heaps of. I'm like.
I did a church. I did it for free too. It was Friends of the ABC function,
Mm.
and the priest, a female vicar, got up. She was smashing it.
Was she real
Well,
funny?
I'm just standing. Yeah, she was really funny.
I don't want to follow the priest.
I'm just standing there going, no. Well, she knew everyone. Oh, there's Gary over there. and
She's
blah,
like
blah,
roasting
blah.
people.
Oh, it was unbelievable. I'm just standing there going, what?
Hey, Dad, that would be. Has anyone ever done that as a show
Right,
at the comedy festival, like church?
Yes, years ago, there were 2 vicars doing comedy. They did
Were they?
gigs in there. This is years ago. They were actual vicars.
Oh, real
do-
vicars.
doing gigs in their church.
I reckon that's pretty good.
It's a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah,
You have to be clean, though, probably. Oh, then
Do you?
again. Depends what sort of church it is.
it could be dirty church.
Yeah. When's the election? That's next year, isn't
Oh,
it?
it'll be next year, I guess. They haven't called it, of course, so they won't because they only give a 6-week notice.
So it's a Labor seat, isn't it, Byron Bay?
Yep.
It's a Labor seat.
It's a Labor seat.
But that guy, is it a man or a woman?
It's a woman.
She might retire.
I wish she
Think
would.
She might retire
She's
next
been
year.
doing it for like 20-something years.
Yeah, she might
She
retire.
looks over it as far as... Like,
Yeah.
I don't think she's into it. I just
Well,
think
imagine being the federal member for that area. You get so much grief just walking down the street.
And she just kind of... I think she's... But, you know, I guess they keep going because what happens with incumbency is if you step down, it makes them more vulnerable. And
Of course.
And I only need 1,800 votes, Dave.
That's amazing.
And that's why I'll be going to the big comedy room
Yeah.
in Canberra.
Yeah.
Canberra. The Canberra
I
comedy room.
got your joke, sorry. I'm
Sorry.
like, what room is it? Like the private bin? What are we talking about?
It's a bit like the private. It's pretty well is the private bin.
Private bin's an
but
old nightclub.
it is publicly funded.
Yes. The private bin's an old nightclub that used to do comedy in the 90s.
Oh my God, I used to go to the private bin.
Yeah.
Not to do comedy,
Oh, I
but-
did a gig there. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
infamous for being bad.
Oh, I got taken there on a date.
To the private bin in Canberra.
Yeah, Ellen used to do the door there before we
Ellen
ever met.
Briggs.
Yeah, she was a door bitch. She was real nasty, and I didn't even know her then. And I went there on a date
She probably...
with the dude that when I lived in Canberra for a year.
Oh, my God.
Mm.
And what are we going to see tonight from Mandy Nolan? I'm looking forward to seeing you.
I don't know.
Just it's 25, 20 minutes or something.
Whatever. I'll be putting
Bust
it
it
out.
out.
Just watch me kind of trot it out. I'll go out there and I do a quick demographic to see how old they are,
Oh, good.
and then I go.
And then you
And
go,
I have
what
to try
material?
and, yeah. Well, you must do that too, where I don't really know what I'm going to do till I get out there.
Yes, yeah. I think I'm like you. I predominantly do middle-aged crowds, which
Yeah.
is when I do a show in a festival, I get people our age, and occasionally they'll bring their teenagers,
Yeah.
which is fine by me. And then occasionally there'll be like a 20-something couple, and I always just say,
Mm.
"Are you lost, or what's happening with
Yeah,
you
like,
guys?"
what are you doing here? Like,
Yeah.
what are you even here?
Yeah,
Do you think we have a future?
yeah, definitely.
I don't mean just on the planet. I mean as comics. 'cause
yes.
That's what I came out of the other day. I have to admit.
The aging population will be fine because you know what? There's never the generation.
But they're just going to go see Tom Gleeson.
No, but they'll come and see us.
Will they?
Yeah.
With what's left of their super? I'm really worried about it, David.
No,
It put me in a spiraling depression about
No.
my life as an aging comic, and I went,
No.
well, I may not. Hopefully, I'm an aging MP, but
Yeah,
I'd like to
yeah.
be able to go back to comedy when I'm 70.
Oh, there'll be gigs. I swear there'll be gigs.
Yeah.
Because our generation, the generation above us, none of them really. Well, there sort of wasn't a big, massive stand-up generation above us.
Yeah.
There was a few people like Rod Quantock,
Yeah.
Wendy Harmer, and they've all kind of stopped. But if we're going to keep going, I reckon.
I hope so, because I'm just going to have to hope that our generation, like Generation X's,
Yes.
don't just die of silicosis and stuff.
No, they're not
and
going to die.
They've got to stay in there because we may be the last one standing because we never actually did any manual labour.
Yeah, it's true.
We had.
Whereas my dad's generation, they were all hard workers.
Yeah.
Dad worked as a fitter and turner, so that's a hard job.
Well, yeah, and they're often exposed to some pretty hideous workplace chemicals. And
the mums were working hard too. Like, my mum was a housewife essentially, but that was hard yards in the
really
70s.
hard, but good material.
Oh, yeah. Good
Yeah, if only she'd known.
Yeah,
She
choice.
could have been feeding it up to you. It is hard to know. I often worry about that because I can't do ships anymore because I get vertigo, like really bad.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's not that I'm a snob that I think I'm too good for the sea.
It's just you actually get vertigo.
Horrendous vertigo.
That's interesting.
And I'm too scared. After I ended up in a COVID ward.
Oh, wow.
I was in Sydney to do the Comedy Store to headline, and I got off the plane. I literally collapsed. Something happened. I was 2 days in an Airbnb. I couldn't even get to the bathroom, crawling on the floor. I eventually rang an ambulance. Somehow they mixed up somehow they sort of thought I had COVID, put me in a COVID ward. A man died. And then I'm going, I don't have COVID. And then they go, I think we've had a stroke. And then they go, well, we can't let you out now because you've been in a COVID ward. And they locked me in an isolated room.
Well, how long for?
About 2 or 3 days until I broke out.
You're joking.
No.
And what was actually, did you have an inner ear infection?
Yeah, I
or?
just had a bit of vertigo. Just had a little bit of vertigo. My crystals were out.
You had to get back to Mullumbimby
And
and
I
get
went,
them
I'm gonna get out.
realigned.
I thought they were going to kill me. Like I went,
Oh.
and they said, we recommend you don't leave. And I said, I recommend I don't stay. Like I literally crawled out. I rang someone and got them to break me out. You should see me. There's a picture of my face behind a little glass panel in a door.
Like one flew over the cuckoo's nest.
Yeah, like one flew over. I was like,
Wow.
yeah, it was fucked.
Did you find out what was causing the vertigo or?
No.
No.
But the experience of hitting the health system like that was really. I'm not even a conspiracist, and
No.
I went if that happened to a conspiracist,
Oh, that would lose
it would
their
be gone.
mind.
Like I just had because it was right in the middle of. I think they had like a COVID spike.
Oh, God.
Anyway, so after that, I can't get on the boats.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. Don't worry, the boats will always be there. Maybe the boats will be stationary one day.
That's why I think I'm going to go for votes, and if hopefully I get the votes. And
Votes?
I won't need the boats.
Yeah, votes instead of boats.
And if we get the votes, I'm going to let the boats in.
That's a good
I'll let
one.
heaps of boats in.
Mandy Nolan, vote for her. Anyway, we're at the Coliseum. We'll see how it goes. Thanks, Mandy.
Thank you, Dave.
It's been awesome to see you again.
It's been really nice.
We're backstage here. Lehmo's here. How you going, Lehmo?
Hello, mate. I'm eating some of the lovely catering that's been provided for us backstage, so apologies for starting with a mouthful of beef wrap.
Yeah, well, they've gone all out, and we're all amazed at this place. We're not from Sydney. It's like this massive structure in the middle of the western suburbs.
I didn't realise this used to be the Rooty Hill RSL.
I didn't realise that either, because it's on the map as and of course, appearing on Mick Malloy's show with MG and they're a Sydney Triple M show, they're all saying, "Is it the Rooty Hill RSL?" I'm like, no, it's the Coliseum, but they just built it on the same place.
Yeah, exactly. And so you would have done gigs here. I have done gigs.
Have not, no. I remember jokes about the Rooty Hill RSL. I remember seeing Midnight Oil, Cole Chisel playing at the Rooty Hill RSL.
Because back in the day, dude, when I was doing Sydney gigs a lot, you would do Blacktown RSL, Rooty Hill RSL. You'd do the Panthers Leagues
I've done
Club,
Panthers, yeah. DYRSL.
Balmain, the Balmain Tigers Club.
And it would have been rough, Rooty Hill.
But this is my memory of it, of Rooty Hill and of Blacktown back in the day, is just hardly anyone turning up to comedy.
Yeah.
You could hear the ding, 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 all this shit from the poker machines.
Yeah.
And eventually I worked out that someone told me, pokies venues by state law have to spend a percentage of their income on entertainment.
Yeah, I think that's what's...
And stand-up comedy is the easiest way to do it because all you need is a microphone. So they'll just go, yep, there's a microphone, there's the money we have to spend.
Yeah.
So they didn't have a lot of skin in the game.
Yeah, interesting. Was it an old school RSL back then, or...?
Yeah,
right.
Now it's certainly my memory of it was old school RSL and heaps of pokies.
Yeah, there's pokies here still. And because when we walked in, both Brad and Billy had hats on. The guy said, you got to take your hat off. I'm like, what? And then, of course, it's an RSL. It's technically an RSL.
And there's war memorabilia
Oh, is it war memorabilia?
Yeah. Over near the Pokies.
Oh, I didn't see that. I love a bit of war memorabilia.
If you want a break from the Pokies, you can check out the war memorabilia. Really good collection of stuff too.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That used to have that at my dad's RSL. They had like trench maps and it was good stuff.
Yeah, I love all that stuff. Have you ever been to the Shrine in Melbourne?
Yeah. Isn't there a room for the entertainers?
There is, yeah.
Aren't you on there? Mick Malloy said there's a room and his posters up there or something.
Yes, that's right. There's a room for the entertainers, and it was the feature exhibition for 12 months. I was the feature picture at the front of the exhibition.
Wow, and technically you guys can march in the Anzac Parade.
Correct. I mean, I never would.
One year you should do it. It's even worth me going. Well, my dad was a veteran, and one of the Vietnam vets I know, Dave, his wife runs a canteen at the primary school. He was a conscript, and so he's younger than my dad. But he said, "Oh, did you wear his medals?" Because I did a Anzac function. I said, "No." He goes, "You can wear them, but you wear them on the different side of your jacket.
Right.
You wear them on the." I'll get it wrong, but I think it's the right side. But I feel a bit weird wearing my dad's medals. I didn't serve.
I don't know.
I didn't serve in Vietnam.
I think if you're a direct family member, it's fine.
Oh, okay. Maybe I should.
I think that's fine.
Bit of credibility, maybe.
I think that's kind of nice to carry on the memory of people who've served. But as an entertainer, I would feel like an absolute fraud.
Oh, no.
Marching on Anzac
You're
Day.
like, who they used to send to NAM? They used to send Normie Rowe and
Normie Rowe, Little
Paddy.
Yes. Yeah.
You're just a new version of that. Well, I mean, the thing about my dad, he was in Vietnam, but he liked it. It was a great year, he said. So he was on a Air Force base.
Yeah, I've met a few, Vietnam veterans who enjoyed that. They say, I wonder though if they're selling themselves a narrative.
Well, I think with my dad, he was a career Air Force person. He joined when he was 15. The Vietnam War happened when he was 31. So he said they'd been building training for 15 years for this to happen.
They were ready to roll.
Since they were teenagers.
Yeah.
And so him and all his mates go over there and they just fix aeroplanes and choppers, and occasionally they give him a go flying the chopper. Sounds safe, doesn't it?
That feels fine. We've all seen, what is it? I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Have a go, Kev.
Is that your dad coming over in a chopper?
Nah, it was good. Yeah, no, I liked it. It's bloody good. Bloody good.
I was chatting to one.
Brad and Billy have just walked in on an intimate conversation.
Oh, it's been a sparkling first half of comedy.
Yeah, how's it? Just in one word, Brad, how's it going? Piece of piss. That's 3 words.
Yes, that is 3 words, but 3 words I like. 3 words I like.
Well, we're gonna get up there soon and bring it home, Lehmo. I'm on first.
Yep.
Then you. I'll confer with someone after the gig. We've got to talk about after the gig, but everyone's been saying it's been great out there. We're yet to find out, Lehmo.
We're yet to find out. We're in a green room where we've been watching the footy on my phone.
Yeah.
Geelong are playing Port Adelaide,
Oof.
and the comedy is on a screen in here
Behind us,
and you can hear the performers on the stage, but you can't hear the audience reaction. So we were sitting in here thinking, "Geez, is Oaksy copping it out there?
Yeah, is it rough out there or?"
And then
you can't hear the audience.
Can't hear the audience.
Yeah, this is often in theatres. They just have that one line.
Yeah.
No, we've heard it's good.
We'll find out when we get out there.
Anyway, Geelong having a shocker, so it's probably good that I'm going on stage, so I don't have to see.
Get away. It's the third quarter. You'll be on stage for the entire third quarter.
Oh, God. Well, they'll come back.
They'll make a little comeback.
They'll come back, absolutely. Lehmo, ladies and gentlemen, we will return. Someone will return with me to conclude the gig. 1, 2.
1, 2.
Mandy, that was a good gig, wasn't it? Actually, I'm not surprised.
Oh, that's nice. That's always better than you think.
Yeah.
Like, they're nicer. Actually, they don't do that thing that where the heckling to help you, which is never a good thing.
No.
And I was just hearing about a gig that you were at where they had the heckling to help problem.
Yeah.
If you're heckling to help, that would be like going to get your car, like a service on your car, and you go, how about I come and do a bit too? Like,
you paid money to see this.
Yeah, just fucking let them do what they do.
Relax.
Yeah, no, that was good. They were just a warm audience.
They were good.
I loved your joke, Dave, that you did then.
Oh, yeah.
I really liked the I'll settle for a teenager with a vape.
Oh, yeah. I was talking about the Arj Barker breastfeeding thing.
Yeah.
Which has been a big controversy.
Has it got more people in Arj's show?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the woman did a self-know service by appearing on TV shows with the baby, and the baby was out of control.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, we've all had babies in shows.
Absolutely. I've done gigs at the Athenaeum, and it's a hard room to negotiate in the audience. It's a theatre, but it's not an easy room. Probably it would have been a good idea if she'd been sat on the edge. Yeah, somewhere we can get out. It is hard to get out. I just think it went a bit nuts.
He can be a bit awkward.
It can be awkward, and the whole thing was like.
Also, he's not a parent. We're parents. It's like. Sound of babies is like, oh, whatever, But I mean, if the baby's crying a lot, it can be very distracting.
I would actually ask it for someone to take it out. I don't think it was really. I didn't have a problem with Arj or actually the woman. What I had a problem with was some of the comments were really mean.
And also
like
turning into a thing about breastfeeding. It wasn't about breastfeeding.
It just went really weird.
Yeah.
And I went, you don't have to. It just go. You made a bad call. You should have left. Probably shouldn't have gone on the media because made a big deal about it. But people just piling on like bastards. There's a bastard pile on.
It was. People, and it lasted for a while.
And I just wanted to have a show where I just went, well, let's get as many breastfeeding babies on the tit, babies on the bottle. Let's get them all in one room. Let's get as many as we can.
I think Hughesy did that for a radio thing, but he's like, I'm struggling to get mums turning up. It's like, I think mums are pretty busy. It's like...
Yeah, you're not going to get that.
No. And speaking of babies, your son's doing stand-up now. I did a gig with him.
Oh, no, isn't that funny?
I did a soccer club in the Western Side. He was good too.
Oh, I'm glad
he's very
you said
cool,
that.
isn't he, your son?
Yeah, he's cool.
He's a cool character.
He's a cool character. He's a nice kid. It's weird when your kid... How would you feel about your kids doing comedy?
I said, I reckon it'd be good, but none seem... They're younger, so none seem to be interested, but...
Yeah, he's always just had he's just fast. He's got a fast wit. All my kids do. Actually, the funniest kid doesn't do comedy.
Yeah, well, that's often the way.
Yeah, but he uses a lot of her stories and insights into things, which is pretty funny. But
how's he finding comedy? He's in Melbourne.
He loves it.
Yeah,
He's addicted. Actually, what was really good, because I went to see his show, and it's I love that he loves it, but it's also a bit excruciating when it's your son who's this beginner comic. So, but he's got a great storytelling.
Yes,
got a really lovely.
He's not fazed by much. I mean, this gig we did was a bit shit, but he did well, and he talked to them too.
Yeah,
they're all young guys, soccer guys, which is not an easy crowd.
No,
I mean there was a lot of middle-aged people, which were good for me, but there's young blokes at the back who he talked to, and then he sort of related to them. It was good.
Yeah,
really good.
He was a bit of a soccer kid himself.
Yeah, he knew a bit of the. I don't know.
He knows the stuff. He was he was really good. Actually, Dave, I put a lot of effort into the soccer, and I actually say I'm a bit bitter
that he's not.
Yeah, because he was like really, he was making it.
Yeah,
he's a striker. He was really good.
He's gone to comedy.
I know.
Bloody
I know,
hell.
and he
Come
struck
on,
out
mate.
because that. I did a lot of sitting in the car in the dark. I would drive He was training. He was paying for a rep team.
So he's pretty good then.
He was really good. Team. Yeah, he was a rep. But back to comedy. I watched his show, and no one wants their mum giving them feedback after a show. And I went, I'm going to give you some feedback. I don't ever feedback on jokes.
Yeah.
Because your joke's your joke. You got to work your way through.
Yeah.
But I will give. So I gave him heaps of feedback on cohesion, on the on where to go with the story, on definitions of words. That I went. When you hear something, go, that's not quite right. Because that's not quite what that means. Gave him a few kind of things, and it was actually really good when your son actually listens to you.
Oh, that's good.
And he actually, I went to see him again, and he'd put in the ideas where I'd said, most of them anyway, where I'd said, and show was great. He did 11 or 12, no, he did 13 shows, and around half of them he had full houses.
Oh, that's amazing. Especially in the festival wasn't that busy, I reckon, this
40,
year.
40,
but
only
cares?
40
That's
seats,
great.
but it was pretty good for a first timer.
Fantastic.
Anyway, it's good.
Good on him. Well, I'll keep my eye. What's his name again?
Charlie Valentine.
That's right. Good name.
That's his
it's like a rock star.
I know. It's really good. It's his middle name. What a wanker. It's so cute. He's a cute little wanker.
What's his real name then?
Charlie Valentine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's his middle name.
Valentine?
Yeah.
What's his last name, Norman?
Burton.
Oh, yeah, Valentine's better.
Yeah, you're not going to Charlie Burton.
No, that sounds like a politician.
Yeah, or it's someone at the tax department.
Yeah.
Please, welcome to the stage from the ATO, Charlie Burton.
Charlie Burton. He sounds about 45 too, Charlie Burton.
Yeah.
So I'll ask you the question I ask everyone. What went well tonight in the gig? Like,
what went well?
Yeah, for you.
What went well for me, there's that moment where you're on stage and it just goes so fast.
Yeah, it went quickly.
Really fast. Like, I had thought there were bits that I actually wanted to do
Yeah.
one or two other bits that I went, oh, this will be a good audience for those bits.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just
Couldn't get to it.
no, because they were really nice for the story.
Yeah.
You know, when they don't just want the jokes, they want the story
Yeah.
that goes with it, and I love that.
And what didn't go well? Anything?
I didn't feel like anything went terribly.
No.
I didn't have any bad bits.
Well, any organisational hazards get in the way? What do you think about the setup and everything?
I thought it was pretty good. There's a lot. It is always harder this is a 2,000 seat theatre.
Yeah.
We had 150 people.
Yeah, they were
right.
still good though.
They were much better. Like it could have been.
Could have been awful.
Yeah, and they were warm. Like
Yeah.
usually people feel uncomfortable for you and
Yeah.
that. But they didn't feel sorry for us, which would be, that's, you know when they feel sorry for you?
Sympathies were,
Yeah. Yeah, and you
Oh,
get sympathy
God.
laughs. It's like a sympathy route.
And how can we do better next time?
Get more people in.
Yeah.
I
Mandy
think,
Nolan, tell you what, it's good to see you again.
lovely to see you.
And good luck with the upcoming election next year.
Yeah.
Good luck with the comedy.
Well, yeah. Yeah, so sympathy laughs no good.
Yeah, no.
Sympathy
good.
roots, sympathy laughs.
Sympathy vote, though, you'll take that.
I'll take a sympathy vote.
Come on.
I'll
vote.
take sympathy money.
Anyone in the Mullumbimby area, Mandy, we stand for the Greens again. Vote for her.
I'm doing it.
Good one.